This is the fourth video on the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. In this video, firstly, I'll have a look at what happened last night, the night between the 13th and 14th of May. Last night, a major aerial operation was conducted by Israel. What were the objectives of this aerial mission? Secondly, I'll have a look at the role of Hezbollah. Hezbollah has issued a key statement, and reportedly some rockets have also been fired from Lebanon towards Israel. So in the second part of this video, I'll have a look at Hezbollah's likely role in this war in coming days. Lastly, I'll discuss some key developments of today, 14th of May. Firstly, was last night, Israel launched a major aerial operation against Hamas. 150 fighter jets and bombers of Israel Air Force were part of this aerial mission, and 150 sites were targeted in Gaza city views. And the main objective of this aerial operation was to target underground weapon storage facilities of Hamas, because Hamas has stored its rockets, drones, other types of military equipment underground in vast tunnels. Hamas has, like Iran, a very elaborate infrastructure to store weapons. This infrastructure is tens of kilometers deep into the ground, viewers, below the ground, viewers. And reportedly, last night, Israeli fighter jets and bombers tried to hit underground facilities of Hamas military wing Qasim Brigade, viewers. Despite Israeli airstrikes which have been going on for the past 3 days, rocket firing from Gaza into Israel continues, viewers. We haven't seen a respite in the rocket firing from Gaza into Israel. So that shows that operational capabilities of Hamas have not been severely damaged so far. That is why this major aerial operation was conducted last night by Israel to destroy underground weapon storage facilities of Hamas. What is the outcome of this operation? It's not clear. Israeli Air Force is claiming to have inflicted heavy losses on Hamas underground weapon storage facilities. At the end of my video, I'll show you two video clips. One has been shared by Israeli Air Force, which is about last night's Israeli aerial operation against Hamas in Gaza. Second video has been shared by Qasim Brigade of Hamas, which shows a rocket which has a range of 250 kilometers. And according to Qasim Brigade, this rocket was fired by Hamas at Ramon airport of Israel a few hours ago. Before showing you these two videos, what is the role of Lebanon-based Hezbollah? Is Hezbollah going to step in this war? Hezbollah has issued a very key statement. Hezbollah says that if Israel launched a ground offensive into Gaza, Hezbollah would not sit idle. So a warning has been issued from Hezbollah that Israel must not launch a ground offensive into Gaza. Secondly, at least 4 rockets have been fired from southern Lebanon towards Israeli coast. Israeli authorities have confirmed that 4 rockets have been fired towards Israeli coast. And thirdly, viewers, the most important development, viewers, is that Ismail Qani, who is the head of Iranian Al-Quds Brigade or Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps IRGC. Ismail Qani has arrived in Beirut. Reportedly, consultations are underway between Iran and Hezbollah about the ongoing war between Hamas and Israel. So coming hours are very critical views. If Hezbollah decided to step in this war in support of Hamas, this conflict could spread viewers, and it could turn into a large-scale conflict viewers. Lastly viewers, what about Israeli ground offensive into Gaza? Has Israel launched a ground invasion of Gaza or not? Because last night when Israel launched aerial operation against Hamas, artillery units of Israel deployed close to Gaza were also part of this operation. Artillery units of Israeli forces fired shells on Gaza, while Israeli fighter jets and bombers conducted airstrikes on Gaza. So Israeli artillery units and tanks have been deployed close to Gaza, but so far ground forces of Israel have not entered Gaza views. So ground offensive is yet to come viewers. In the coming hours we might see a ground offensive, but keeping in view a past experience in which Israel launched a ground offensive into Lebanon in 2006, in which Israel suffered some losses. Here we might not see a ground offensive into Gaza, especially when Hezbollah has warned Israel against launching a ground offensive into Gaza. Lastly, were some developments from today. Reportedly, another drone of Hamas has been shot down by Israeli air defense systems. Israel has issued a statement, Israeli Defense Forces IDF, claiming that another drone of Hamas has been shot down by Israeli air defense system. In yesterday's video, I showed you first Hamas drone, which was shot down by the Israeli Defense Forces 48 hours ago. So Hamas, it seems, is now deploying not only its rockets but also its drones in this war. Viewers, a vessel of Israeli coastal guards has also been hit by a missile, by a rocket fired from Gaza. So this war is expanding, it's spreading, and the most important thing which remains to be seen is the role of Hezbollah. Will Hezbollah be part of this war or not? In terms of number of casualties, viewers, more than 100 Palestinians killed so far, 113 exactly. Israeli death toll is at 7 viewers, and civilian infrastructure in Gaza has taken a serious hit. Yesterday I showed you a video showing destruction and devastation caused by Israeli airstrikes on Gaza. Now viewers, watch the two videos. The first video has been shared by Israeli forces about last night's operation against Hamas, and second video has been shared by Qasim Brigade of Hamas, in which a rocket has been shown with a range of 250 kilometers. Thank you for watching.